Hi there, Rick here. Just doing a YouTube video on a customer of mine. I'm cleaning all the gutters on his house and pressure washing his house and the walkway right around the house too. I've done work for this customer of mine before. I roofed his little shed in the back of the house. I'll just show it to you. So that's his shed over there. Okay, I think I roofed that about 4 years ago actually. So I put an underlayer under there. Okay, what that is kind of like a waterproof membrane that goes underneath the roof shingles. Okay, and I believe before it was cedar. Okay, and I got rid of that and, well, you know, put these black tar roof shingles on. It still looks really good after all these years. And the side of the fascia board right there was came off, so on both sides I put it back on for him too. So, you know, and I also done something else that was quite nice too. You see this this metal right here? See, it goes around, well, it goes around along the side, okay, in the front here. Okay, it just adds a, what is it, a little bit, and the back too. Okay, it just adds a little bit more protection, okay, for the fascia board. This is the fascia board. Okay, so these concrete roof shingles, okay, there is still maintenance that you have to do to them. When you're up there, okay, you have to spread out your weight, okay, and you have to still walk lightly on them, because remember, sometimes these concrete roof shingles, yeah, they're 20, 25, sometimes even 30 years old. Okay, they're not as strong as they were compared to when they were brand new, right? So you have to be careful. Okay, you have to spread out your weight when you walk on them, when you're on the roof. Okay, and the only by doing these roofs for, well, quite a few years, right, would a person know that. Okay, and you can see, okay, my customer Alec here, he has wow, a two-story to his house. And you see how I'm not sure if you can see that there, but there's what is it, there's rubber pads that I put underneath the ladder, because you have to remember, when I get on the ladder, okay, I risk, okay, cracking the concrete roof tiles. Okay, so I put those rubber pads there to protect his concrete roof shingles. Okay, only an experienced person that has been working on these concrete roofs would know something like that. Okay, and you know, that's where the experience comes in. Okay, because with these concrete roof tiles, yeah, sometimes they crack, sometimes they even slide down, and you got like a 6-inch hole gap in the top of your roof. And if you don't get up there, you know, each summer or every couple of summers, the water comes pouring in. Believe me, it's happened to some of my customers before, and they wanted me to fix it during December, and I said no, not going up there, it's too dangerous. You know, it's frosty, it's icy up there now, you know. That's why it's really important to get this work done too, especially if you know that you have a cracked concrete roof tile up there, or one that has slid down. Okay, because like I say, to try to get the work done from during December, okay, maybe somebody will do it for you, but they'll charge you 4 times the normal rate what they normally do. But I just can't see them going up there doing it in December, just because it's too dangerous, right? So, you know, these things are important, okay, to get done during the summertime. Just like a lot other types of roofs, right? Or even your car for that matter, right? You have to sometimes do some maintenance on it. And well, I know that a lot of homeowners, okay, they don't even have a 2-story ladder at their house, right? It's just better to hire somebody who has experience doing this work, right? And you know, I do this sort of work, and I've been doing it for quite a few years. I wish that I could have showed some of my other workers how to do it, but um, I just didn't get the chance to do that. But you know, there is a lot of work out there um, for this type of work, because sometimes too the customer has a leak. Okay, it's not that easy to find leaks sometimes. You have to get somebody up there to inspect it and see whether or not maybe some concrete roof tiles have slid down, or maybe some have cracked, right? You never know. So, you know, I don't advise homeowners to go up there, especially, you know, if you're afraid of heights, or you've never even been on your roof in your entire life before, right? It's just better to hire somebody who has the experience to do it. So the top of my ladder too, okay, up there, okay, it's tied to the gutter, okay, so there's no movement when I'm going up there too, okay. So I'm going to clean the gutters because the customer's roof is not that steep. I'm going to clean his roof, clean his gutter from the roof, okay, and it will just save me a lot of time of going up and down the ladder, setting up the ladder against the customer's house, right? But this is where the experience comes in, right? Like, I mean, I've been doing this work for a while. You know, I know how to you know, do the work quite quickly and still safely too. That's quite important. So I'm just cleaning out my customer's gutters here, and well, if you look at his house, okay, it's quite high, right? You know, it's about 2.5 stories high, and I couldn't reach the top of his gutters with my 22-foot ladder, because by the time I put the base of the ladder into the ground, it doesn't reach as high to the top, right? And this is my 32-foot ladder. Now, this ladder is a commercial ladder, okay? It's a heavier grade of aluminum, and it's a lot more expensive than your residential ladder that you buy at, say, Home Depot, okay? It's just a heavier grade aluminum, okay? I think I paid about $700 for it, okay? It's probably more money now. Like, I bet you if I bought one of these ladders right now again, probably I wouldn't be surprised if I have to pay like $300 more, okay? Just because I replaced my multi-way ladders, and I paid about 30% more for them. So for 2 ladders, okay, I think I paid close to about $800 for it. And usually, okay, when I'm buying ladders, I will not cheap out, okay? Like, I mean, if it costs that much, it costs that much, okay? I just buy it, okay? Because I know that it's safety, right? When I'm going up ladders, yes, I want a good quality ladder, right? I don't want the ladder to flex so much on me, or crack or break or something like that, right? I want a good quality ladder. I'm willing to pay, the money for it, okay? That's why too, sometimes when customers ask me, you know, okay, this ladder, okay, it weighs about 60 pounds, okay? And I'm strong enough that I can still move it around the house on my own, okay? None of my workers can do it, just because I know that they just don't have the technique of, you know, being able to move a ladder that big, and, you know, just not as strong enough to do it too, okay? That's why too, when customers ask me, okay, especially if they got a 2.5 stories house, okay, I know that they're trying to save money, and, you know, they ask for a deal, right? But a lot of times, you know, I just cannot give them a deal on it, because just for the equipment is so expensive just to do these like 2.5 story homes, right? And, you know, a ladder, what, about $1,000, right? You know, guys are going to charge you know, a bit of money to get, you know, gutters cleaned out on a house this big and this high, okay? I still remember this story, okay? You have to remember, ladders are still dangerous. Okay, I remember hearing this story in the Lower Mainland. um, I know that quite a number other people heard about it. Okay, um, this young girl, okay, she was working, I figure, okay, she was either a college, university, she was working for CertaPro Painters, and I figure, okay, she was new to the industry. Okay, and she fell off the ladder, and she paralyzed herself. Okay, now you have to remember, ladders are still dangerous. You have to know how to set them up properly. Okay, she was obviously doing something wrong. Okay, because she fell off the ladder, right? You see what I got down right there at the bottom? Okay, that's a 1x4. I shim up the legs of the ladder so it's stable, and then I go up it, right? Okay. um Now, there was probably nobody to show her, okay, how to set up a ladder properly. And, they just told her, okay, go up the ladder. And she set it up properly. She fell off it, okay? Now, she's what? Probably in her early 20s, okay? And now she's paralyzed for the rest of her life, okay? Um, I cannot stress the importance of, just having experienced workers on the job site, okay? Like I've invited people out to my job site too, and they say, oh, I can do this, I can do that, and you really can't take their word for it. Okay, the reason why I say that is because I've come across a lot of guys, okay, that they get to the job site, and they've only been up the ladder maybe a couple of times in their entire life. Okay, and they say that they got like 3 years experience or something like that, right? And then I can see them, okay, struggling, just trying to set up the ladder. Okay, so I know that they're lying to me. Okay, so I've seen that a lot, and I think that people are really bad for it too. It's kind of like, we got a lot of homeless people here in the city, and I had quite a number of homeless people try to come to my job site and try and work, and they just cannot work. Okay, I cannot stress the importance of that. They just cannot work. You wouldn't understand unless you've actually worked with them, and then you would understand what I'm saying. Okay, um but they just can't work. Okay, maybe they can do something else, but I really don't think so. Just because, just seeing how their work ethic and things like this, you develop that through, just I don't know, just through the years of experience of working. Okay, I'm doing this for educational purposes too, and if you ever want to do this sort of work as a job or career, you have to pick up the necessary skills. Okay, because I've been to jobs, I've been to job sites too. Okay, where installers, okay, they wanted somebody experienced on the job site, but I know too that a lot of these contractors that I met in the vinyl window industry, they're just they just they just weren't willing to to pay out, um, the money to do the work, right? And you have to remember, if you have somebody with 2 years full-time experience, you gotta pay them more money than just minimum wage. Okay, um, and I wasn't surprised that um, a lot of the crews working for the company, they just did not have experienced guys on the job site, and they're having trouble. Okay, um, but that's where the experience comes in. Okay, and they were pulling me from the warehouse to go help the installers. Okay, but I didn't like that, because I got kind of salty about that, just because you have to remember. Okay, I have 2 years full-time experience in that. I was getting paid more money doing that sort of work, and you hired me to work in the warehouse, yet you're sending me out to help the installers to install vinyl windows and patio doors, and the work was a lot harder too. Okay,